Hi, I'm Hank. I'm the executive chef here at the Barn and Pantry. I'm gonna show you guys how to make some chicken chile verde today. We usually make it for Taco Thursdays. It's all made from scratch, 100%. Then we're gonna start off with some grapeseed oil. It has a higher smoking point, so I like to use it a lot. And then on this side we have some water I'm gonna start to boil. I threw in a little bit of salt. I'm gonna throw some tomatillos in here and get them just blanched so the color changes a little, while I have this pot going with some onions that I'm gonna saute, and I'm gonna have garlic as well. And then these onions right here from Tomatero Farm. We get a lot of our produce from them and Eat Well Farms. They have really, really good produce. And the garlic right here is gonna be from Eat Well Farms. We're gonna saute it along with the onions until it gets like translucent. Then we're gonna be salting this throughout the whole cooking process. It just helps make it taste a lot better. So these are the tomatillos. We're gonna blanch them for a little bit in the boiling water along with the stems from our cilantro. And it's gonna make the flavor just pop a little more. You just wanna make sure you pull them when they're bright green. The darker they get, the more acidic they're gonna get. So you just wanna make sure you don't take them too far. And then when we're blanching these, you want to keep some of the water. You're going to use that to put into the chile verde to give it more flavor. If you try to stay away from adding water to your food, it comes out a lot better. So I'll try and save like water from here, some chicken stock instead of using regular water. It's going to make the food taste so much better. And on these guys, I don't know if you can tell, but they look a lot greener and a lot more vibrant. That's what you're looking for. Maybe I'll leave one in there and kind of overcook it just so you can see what you don't want it to look like. Then when I make my chile verde, I always save the stems of the cilantro. It packs a lot of flavor and people usually toss it. The same thing when I'm making my salsa, I'll save the top stuff for the tacos or some garnish, and then this has a lot of flavor. I'll throw this in when I'm making my salsa and blend it up, and it comes out really good. And the same with this guy, you just kind of want it to have that pop in the color again. You don't want it to start getting kind of brown. Then I was gonna come over here and start blending the chile verde. So you're gonna throw all the tomatillos and the cilantro stems in here. You're gonna grab your onions, your garlic, throw it in here as well. And the same thing with that water that we saved. We're gonna pour a little bit in here. And then on this one, we're gonna add about a tablespoon of salt. And then the same with cumin, about a tablespoon of cumin. And then you're gonna wanna add about a 1/4 cup of the red wine vinegar. It just helps balance out the spiciness and the acidity of the dish. And then you just want to make sure it's all blended up nice. I pre-cooked some chicken for this. I submerged it in some buttermilk for as much as a day. The longer you keep it in the buttermilk, the softer and the nicer it's gonna be. I threw it in the oven for 20 minutes at 400 and then I pulled it. It's gonna be super tender and very moist. So I'm gonna throw this in here and kind of start searing it off. And then at this point, you can pretty much use any kind of meat. You have your chile verde ready, so you can either use chicken, pork, beef. You could throw veggies in there and make it vegan. And then on that tomatillo, this is starting to get kind of brown. It looks a lot different than the other one. And then when you feel it, it feels super squishy and not firm. Once they pop, all of the flavor kind of starts coming out of it and getting into the water. So it's better to make sure you just blanch it real quick. And so at this point, we're just gonna let the chile verde simmer and do its thing. The longer you let it cook, the better the flavor is gonna be in the chicken and the more you'll be able to taste it. I'm gonna plate some tacos right now. I'm gonna do 3 of them real quick. I like to throw a little bit of oil on the bottom to start getting them going. If you have the broth from one of the meats or the sauces, you can use that and it's gonna give your tacos a lot more flavor. I like to throw my chicken on the flat top for a little bit just to get some of the moisture off. And that way it crisps up a little bit and your tacos won't get too wet. This chicken right here is from Mary's. The only chicken that we carry is from Mary's. And also our eggs for breakfast are all from Eat Well Farms here in town. We don't get any chicken that's mass produced or anything. We try to keep everything as local and as close as we possibly can. And on the tortillas, I'll usually flip them once, and once they're hot, I'll start putting the meat on, and by the time that other side heats up, you're good to go. And then you want to start with onion. I usually do, so that way you don't get a bunch of cilantro stuck on your fingers and then you go grab the onion, then it's in the onion. Gets all over the place. So I got these three guys, and then there's a green salsa here. Kind of the same deal like the chile verde. Tomatillos, cilantro, onions, cumin, and a jalapeno. You blanch it all, throw it in the blender, some lemon juice, and you're done. Then got some limes for the tacos, and then if you have radishes, it's a plus. If you've never had a radish, try it with a taco. It's gonna blow your mind. It completely changes the flavor of it. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Hope you guys learned something, and let me know how you guys' tacos came out.